Thanks, Philip, and welcome to Today in Putnam County, where we talk about all the great things happening in our community. Hope you're having a great Saturday morning. My guest today is none other than Cookeville Mayor Ricky Shelton. Good morning, Rick.
Good morning.
Thanks for being on the show.
Thanks for having me again.
You were one of my first guests last year when we started the show. Just want to let you to know today is our 25th show. And so I wanted a celebrity like yourself to be on the show today to help us celebrate.
Well, I appreciate that. And you know, when we first did the show, we did not have this giant billboard that's behind you with your picture that's larger than life. Yes.
Larger than life. I've heard other words.
It's like one of those wall cling things that you can order. The fat heads they're called, where you can put somebody's picture.
Yeah, you know, it's a little bigger than we originally anticipated.
And now you're getting a new studio here. They're building a new studio for you. And so yeah, I think you're the celebrity.
Great times.
You're the celebrity.
We're a kid this morning, folks. Glad to have Rick on the show. We work together.
And you're the only person that calls me Rick besides my
father,
by the way.
So hopefully that's a good thing.
Yeah, that's this.
We want to talk about, we have a big event coming up that we're going to talk about in the second half of the show, but I thought first, you've been on the show since December, thought we'd talk about some of the things that are going on in the city, maybe you can give us some updates on some of the big projects, and I know one that everyone's talking about is the skate park.
Yes.
You got an update on that?
We do. Construction is going very well. We have obviously had great weather, and you know that project by the grant had to be finished and open by the 1st of June, and we're going to hit that. We don't have an exact date yet, so they're working through that, but my understanding is there's been some folks that have been taking down their little portable fencing and trying it out at night when they're not supposed to.
Uh-oh.
So we need to just wait on all that, folks. But,
wait till it's finished.
But a lot of good, it looks really good, and you know, sometime in May we'll have that. We're going to try to firm that up in the next couple of weeks when that might be. That will be opening, and look forward to you being. I know you said you would be on the skateboard, so
someone has misinformed you.
Oh, probably the same people that said I would be on the skateboard.
Probably the same ones.
But yeah, we're looking forward to that, and you know, it's interesting. I know everyone obviously doesn't skate, and there's been a lot of talk in our community. You know, people want a water park.
Yeah. Yes.
And I had a post on social media, and ever so often it gets stirred back up again.
Somebody comments on it, and
it's doing that again. And you know, some of the comments on there, well, should have built the water park before the skate park. Well, here's the thing about that. You know, there are some areas that people can swim now.
Right.
The community center has a pool. There used to be Parkview Pool, and there's some
Echo Valley.
Echo Valley, and so there was nothing for the skating community. It had been talked about for many, many years, and when we applied for this grant, it was specifically for that. The other thing is a water park type aquatics facility will be very, very expensive. It will probably cost 6 or 7 times what the skate park did, and there will be a lot of ongoing cost. And you know, it might be something that the city and county even looks at together.
Absolutely.
And so it's going to take much longer process to do that. So we had the opportunity to go ahead and get this going, and so I think it's going to be good. You know, this is going to draw people in from all over the country. This skate park design firm is called Grindline Skate Parks. They're world renowned, and so we're looking forward to having that done.
Well, and I watch, you see TV on some of the sports channels where they actually have tournaments and things with these folks. It's amazing what they can do on a skate park. So
and BMX bikes, you can do that on there as well. So you know, we still want to do a water park too eventually.
Absolutely.
And we just, for the city, and that's the next. We'll talk about the police headquarters.
Yeah, let's go ahead and talk about that.
Well, that was going to be one thing that literally they've been in the basement of a building for 50 years, and so we were able to move that forward. We're in design phase right now. They're about 55% done with the actual interior design. We've got a concept. We've issued some concept plans of the outside of the building. We know where that's going to be, Old Walton and Mill Street on that corner, and so we've got to get that finalized, get the contracts bid on that, so we know what amount of money that's going to be. We know it's going to be probably in the 12 to $13 million range, and then we've got, after we do that, then we would know the amount of bonding capacity we have to do the other things we want to do, one being a water park, but also roads and infrastructure improvements and things like that. So, you know, you got to balance it, like you do in the county, between the quality of life things and the infrastructure needs, and they're not mutually exclusive. You can do both.
Right.
So it's important to balance those things, and yeah,
Find that happy medium.
It is.
We're talking with Cookeville City Mayor Ricky Shelton this morning. Rick, another thing that people talk about, and we get a lot of comments, of course, is the new lights at the 5th Interchange, which I think are close or getting real close.
My understanding is they're getting close. That's a different company doing those.
And it's a TDOT project,
It is.
right?
It's a TDOT project.
New 5th Interchange and trying to light it up. I know it's some dark places, and,
Right.
and that lighting is getting close. And then something that we've been wanting for a long time, been working for a long time with TDOT on, is the traffic signals at Highway 111 and 40.
Yes.
Can you give us an update on that?
Well, if you've been out there, you see some of the lanes are shut down. Ramps right now, as they're starting to do their wiring, those ramps will be widened as well. And so that's a project. I haven't seen an actual timeline other than it started, and I would think it would be probably 6 months, or wouldn't you?
They're doing a lot of
Yeah.
work out there. I know they got to put a lot of fiber and stuff in the ground.
They do.
And, it's a multi-million-dollar project, I think.
It is,
to put
and
those
the
in.
ramps will be widened, and obviously, some traffic pattern things will be taken care of. So I would think that, over the next 6 months, you'll be seeing quite a bit of activity there as they work toward that.
Well, we're a growing community. It's unbelievable at the growth that we've sustained over the last 4 or 5 years, and lots of projects going on. Folks sometimes don't understand that TDOT is responsible for all the state roads and state projects, not the city or the county.
Right.
And I know you hear that all the time, and I do too, as to why you're not fixing this road or that road. If it's a state road, folks, it's got to come through TDOT.
It does, and that includes, Cookeville's unique. It's got 4 state highways running right through the middle of it: Spring Street, Willow Avenue, Washington Avenue, and Jefferson are all state highways. And so anything that's done on that, any modifications that's done, any paving, anything like that, has to be done by TDOT, and budgeted and approved by them. Washington Avenue, a lot of people have asked about that. That's going to be paved by TDOT this summer. Well, the city is being proactive and going through there, and I know it's bumpy and it's like a minefield, but we're going through there and replacing the entire water line from one end to the other, from the courthouse square all the way out near the high school is being replaced. So there's going to eventually be 65 dig spots on that road, but there's nothing worse than a new road being paved and then a water line go out, and here they come out and
dig it back up.
So trying to do that proactively by digging it now. So we have to deal with the rough right now, but then sometime this summer it will be paved, and hopefully it won't have to be dug up again for a long time.
Hope so. It's when we're growing and more people moving in and coming to our city and county, these projects they take time, and sometimes progress is a little bit painful, but at least everyone's working together though to make all these happen. That's a good thing we still got going on in our community is teamwork.
That's the key, really. I mean, I know we just last year we were the 8th fastest growing micropolitan. This year I saw that we're on the list. We're the 9th fastest growing.
Still great.
Well, it's almost the same amount of growth. It's some other cities. 3 in Montana. I'm not sure why somebody lives in Montana, but anyway, 3 cities there, made the top 10 list. So some grew faster than we did,
Right.
but we're still right in that. And it's all about balancing again the quality of life and the infrastructure, and we've got a great city, county, region to sell.
Absolutely, absolutely. Talking to Mayor Ricky Shelton this morning. You're listening Today in Putnam County on News Talk 107.7, 1400 The Hub. I'm Randy Porter, your host. Coming up more with Cookeville Mayor Shelton and a big event that we're hosting that you'll want to hear more about. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Today in Putnam County. I'm your host, County Mayor Randy Porter. Hope you're having a great Saturday morning. Today we're talking with Cookeville Mayor Ricky Shelton. Rick, we have a special event that you and I have been working on for a while now, coming up on May the 15th, which I don't think it's ever been done in our community before, and it's a joint effort between you and I. And tell our listeners about it, what we're planning.
Well, it's the Mayor's Prayer Breakfast.
Mayor's Prayer
and what's interesting is I called you and I said, hey, I want to do this Mayor's Prayer Breakfast. And you said, well, I've been thinking about that too. So we said, let's just do this together.
Yeah.
And it has been something that's been on our heart. I was really thinking about it a lot last year. And didn't think that would be the best time to do it during an election year,
Right.
just for various reasons. So, but we're very excited about it. You know, we're trying to kind of pattern this. The Mayor's Prayer Breakfast, it's kind of designed after the annual National Prayer Breakfast in Washington, first held by President Eisenhower in 1953. And you know, it's a time of personal reflection and rededication to God, as well as opportunity to restore and reaffirm the spiritual heritage of America. That's what the National Prayer Breakfast is about. And for us, we wanted to have something that would come together and have some time to worship through music and song, and have some uplifting messages. And
you and I, neither one of us we're very open about our Christian beliefs.
Absolutely.
And we look to God every day for leadership and guidance. And there's a big part of the community that wants to come together and
sure,
and support us. And it's going to be a great morning. Live church.
Live church. So it's Wednesday, May 15th, 7 to 8 a.m. We'll promise to get you out of there in 1 hour. Doors will open 6:30, 6:40, so you can come. We're going to have a special Jesus chicken. Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A,
Chick-fil-A
yes.
will so you'll grab and go. Just and we'll have Broast coffee there. Zach Buckner with Broast is supplying the coffee, so it's no charge to get in. And but we want you to come and sit and join with us and have a little time together. And then we've got a special. What we wanted to do is thought, let's make this about something, an opportunity.
Absolutely. Right.
To have an organization be heard and found out, maybe that a lot of people don't know about. So Feed America First, and so that I'd actually met with Mike several months ago and started talking about his opportunity, and he can talk about that in a minute. But thought, that's really something we need more of here. So it's a perfect opportunity to join it together.
It is, and you and I know that we have an issue in our city and county, as does every community across the United States, that we have families that are in need, maybe hungry. Our school program has a backpack. Our schools have a backpack program where we even send food home on weekends with some of their children. Some of those would not have a meal if it was not for that. So this fit in perfectly, I thought, with our idea of the prayer breakfast, and to have something that we can do to benefit our community. And one thing that got me to thinking about it was County Commission was voting on making us a broadband community. City, I saw, voted, and you were doing Wi-Fi, free Wi-Fi in the area, and I got to thinking, we're thinking about Wi-Fi and cell phone coverage and all these other things, but sometimes we have to hit the basics, food, water, shelter, and those things, and there's a need, I think, in our community for folks that may need food. So perfect opportunity to team up. We've got Mr. Mike Womack with us this morning from Feed America. First, Mike, we started talking about this. One thing that you had set up was an event at our fairgrounds recently. You gave away 35,000 pounds of food or something like that to over 500 families, which was absolutely amazing for those folks to come out. But you were very optimistic and wanted to partner with us to do this. So before we get too much into that, tell us a little bit about Feed America First and how it got started and what its mission is.
Feed America First was founded in 2000 by our founder, Tom Henry, who is still an executive director. He and I are co-executive directors. It was founded in a pole barn in Savannah, Tennessee. Tom comes from the restaurant business and retired from restaurants you've probably heard of, Houston's, Rio Bravo, restaurants like that. And when he retired, he thought, I have all this experience in restaurants. I see how much is wasted. I should do something about it. And so out of the Bible study of his church at Bethlehem United Methodist Church in Franklin, it was kind of burst. And from there to now, 19 years, we have now given away over 100 million pounds of food.
That is absolutely amazing. To think that we waste a lot of food in our country. I mean, we all do. That's part of our society. But there's people out there that need that food, and so you're getting this food from producers, places that have bought food, maybe messed up orders, different things that they're willing to give you this food to distribute.
Typically, most of our food comes from manufacturers that are either overproduced, or it may have sat in their warehouse long enough that They don't have time to send it to stores to give it time to sit on the shelves for you and I to go out and buy it. But they don't want to throw it away.
Right.
And it's taken some time to build up those relationships where they're going to be willing to trust us to do the right thing with it. So relationships are huge for what we do at Feed America First, and typically Feed America First is we give away food to those that are feeding the hungry. We're kind of the middleman. We do a bulk side of it. But here lately, we've started a new branch where we've started, like we did at the fairgrounds, to hand out individuals. Yeah, the individual event for that was it probably pushed more like 40,000 pounds.
Wow.
2,100 people is what we count as coming through. The weather was ugly.
It was terrible that morning.
But the most
Rainy.
impressive thing, the most amazing thing about our community, of course, yeah, I mean, I'm with Feed America First out of Murfreesboro, but I'm born and raised here in Cookeville, is over 150 volunteers still came out that day to help in that nasty weather. So it was Cookeville helping Cookeville. And that's how hunger will end up ending, is when neighbor refuses to let neighbor go hungry.
Mayor, we have a great reputation as a community for volunteerism
Yes.
and people helping, don't we?
We really do. And so the cool thing about this is, so we said, let's figure out, so the prayer breakfast, there's no charge to come to the prayer breakfast, but the hope is you're going to hear the story of this organization, and Mike's going to share that story that morning. And you'll have an opportunity to make a financial donation if you want to, if you feel led to. And the goal is for us to open a satellite location right here in Cookeville.
Right.
And so that's the ultimate goal of doing this. Now, will it happen this time with this one fundraiser? I don't know, but we can work toward that. And then the goal would be instead of having a food handout every so often, potentially it could be at least once a month. And then maybe it could be even more often than
Which
that.
would be awesome if we
It'd be
could get
great.
that set
So,
up.
because again, just like people from all over the Upper Cumberland come to eat and shop with us, they can come to get food from us too. So I think it's incumbent upon us to share that with our region as well. And so this will be an opportunity, the Murfreesboro area is serving that region. This will be an opportunity to serve this whole region.
That's correct.
Good.
Yeah, hunger's sneaky. There's a lot of people out there that may be listening thinking, well, I don't know that I even know anyone that's hungry. Yet there's probably a neighbor that lives right down the road from them that's trying to decide whether to buy food or medicine.
Yes.
So hunger's sneaky.
Pride gets in the way
It sure
with
does.
folks that our pride doesn't let us tell people and ask for help, and that's an issue that we have with all of us. I mean, and so there's the need out there for sure, and we think this is a good way to come together. You're listening to Today in Putnam County on News Talk 107.7 and 1400 The Hub. I'm Randy Porter, your host. More with Mayor Shelton and Mike Womack. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Today in Putnam County. I'm your host, Randy Porter. Hope you're having a great Saturday morning. Our guest this morning is Cookeville Mayor Ricky Shelton, Feed America First, Executive Director Mike Womack. We're talking about a special event we're having on May the 15th at 7 a.m. at Life Church. We're calling it the Mayor's Prayer Breakfast, co-sponsored by Mayor Shelton and I. And not only are we going to invite everyone to come and join us in prayer and music and socialize some, but we're also hitting a very life real problem that we have in Putnam County and all the communities across the country, and that's people that go hungry and that we may not even know about it, but we're co-sponsoring with Feed America First with Mike and going to try to raise money to do something monthly inside of Cookeville and Putnam County. Mayor, we've got a special guest coming to speak that day. Can you tell us about that?
We do. So we're honored to have Lieutenant Governor Randy McNally is going to be with us that morning and share a little bit with us. Of course, they're trying to work toward finishing their legislative session, but he has said he will be there, so we'll count on that he won't have to be away for a vote, and so we're honored to have him. It's pretty special to get. He lives in Oak Ridge.
Right.
He's our Lieutenant Governor, and second in command and head of the Senate. And so he'll bring some words to us that morning, as well as Pastor Bobby Davis and some others. So it should just be a real uplifting morning.
And that's our goal.
It is our goal. It's not a, hunger is that's kind of a heavy subject, but we want to not making light of it, but we want to make it so that you see the need, you recognize the need, and then are able to have a way to help through this organization, through Mike's leadership in that organization.
And we set up a special page that's got the dates and times and everything on it that you can go on Facebook. Can you tell everybody about that?
Yeah, it's a Facebook event page. It's called the the Mayor's Prayer Breakfast, and you can all the information, the details about it is on there. It has the link back to Feed America First also, and then of course, and Mike can share his information. But if you're not able to come that morning and you believe and want to support that cause, you can certainly donate directly to Feed America First. But and then you'll probably figure out a way to like tag it back for Cookeville so that
Sure.
it can the money's raised can go toward ultimately establishing a food bank here.
Ultimately, and that is our ultimate goal. Is Mike did great with at the fairgrounds the other day with giving out. Now I think about 40,000 pounds of food, which is tremendous. We're looking at trying to do something like that once a month. And with Cookeville and Putnam County, like I said, we have a great reputation for our people turning out and helping. So if you can't be at the prayer breakfast, you'd like to donate, maybe not your finances, you'd like to donate your time to be a volunteer to help
Right.
with this. We had over 100 of that at the fairgrounds. You can go to the Facebook page, or Mike, your website has a way that they can go on and sign up and donate from it.
And didn't you say too that one of the biggest expenses is the actual physical trucking of the food to
Transportation's always the highest.
So if someone out there has a truck and
Or a trucking
trucking
company.
company that would want to partner and help with that, that'd be awesome.
There's a rumor there's a really big one here in town. So
Yeah, and there's also a rumor that our state senator is involved with one too.
He is, I believe.
Paul Bailey, maybe we need
He'll-
to.
he'll be there
He'll
that
be at
morning.
the morning, so maybe
Yes.
we've got a lot of options out there for folks are willing to give you food if you can just get it trucked. Is that right?
yeah, pretty much the biggest expense we have is even the food is free to us, but we've still got to either go pick it up or have it sent to us. We've gotten to when you're handling 14 to 20 million pounds of food a year, we have 4 box trucks we own. We have to rely on third party, and that's expensive. So yeah, any time that we could work out with anyone local to get involved and be part of that, it would be huge for us.
Like I was looking at some of your stats, and one thing I was amazed at is that for every dollar donated, you can provide 10 to 15 meals.
Yeah, and it's kind of staggering when you look at that. Probably that statistic, and last year we gave away $35 million worth of food on a $750,000 budget, which makes us a 98.2 company.
That's amazing.
And we're also a staff of 8. So you think about what that staff of 8 can accomplish. The only way that can happen is the faith-based aspect.
Right.
God makes it happen.
Right.
And so we're proud. We try to do the best job of stewardship we can, what God gives us. And so everything we have is public. We want you to look and see what we do and what we don't do. And if there's some churches out there that may want to be involved and think, well, we can't afford, or we're not big enough to have a food pantry, we have we have pantry providers. It's a way small churches can donate to Feed America First. So you can go to feedamericafirst.com/pantry provider and donate straight to that page to be a pantry provider and be a small church.
So for you that's listening out today, if you can't be at the prayer breakfast, we hope you can. Everyone's invited. If for whatever reason you can't, you'd like to give, or get your church involved. Make the announcement at your church this Sunday for the May 15th event. Give us the time and everything again, Mayor.
It'll be May 15th, 7 to 8 a.m. and doors will open at Life Church, which is on North Washington near the high school. Doors will open about 6:30, so you can come on out.
Great. We hope everyone will come. Guys, thanks for being on the show this morning. I really
Thank you.
appreciate it.
Thank
And
you for
look
having me.
forward to working with you. Okay, it's time now for What's Happening, the part of the show where I keep you informed of some of the special events going on in Putnam County. Saturday, May the 4th, 8 a.m. to 12 p.m., Downtown Green Market Opening Day celebration at North Dixie and Broad. Of local food and artists from the region there. Band Heart and Soul is playing, so that started at 8. Still got a little bit of time. It goes to lunch today. Tuesday, May the 7th at 10 a.m., grand opening of a new business we have in Cookeville. It's called Chicken Salad Chick at 1265 Interstate Drive, which is inside the shops at Eagle Point. Lots of giveaways, including for the first 100 customers, free chicken salad for a year. I'm sure the line will be long for that. Thursday, May the 9th at 5 p.m., the Putnam White County Republican Dinner is going to be held at the Duck Pond Manor in Sparta. Tickets are available by going to either one of the parties' websites. Wednesday, May the 15th at 7 a.m. of course, is our Mayor's Prayer Breakfast at Live Church to benefit Feed America First. You're all invited to come to that. Saturday, May the 18th from 6 p.m., Taste of the Town at the Saltbox Inn, sponsored by Cityscape. You must be a member of Cityscape to attend, but that can be taken care of real easy by going to their website and joining. Monday, May the 20th at 4 p.m., great annual event that happens in Putnam County. It's the 2019 Run for the Wall. Motorcycles ride from California to the Arlington National Cemetery on Memorial Day week, and they'll be stopping in Putnam County as usual. We're always glad to see those folks come in and put them up for the night as they head to Washington. Friday, May the 31st at 2 p.m., the grand opening of Cookeville Bullseye at 480 South Old Kentucky Road. It's an axe throwing company, so it's going to be interesting to see how that goes and what's happening.
I challenge you to that.
We have a challenge.
Because last time we did, I beat you at.
No, wait a minute. You didn't have to say that. It was only about what, 0.2 of a second or something?
A win's a win.
Okay.
So, axe throwing. I've never done it. Have you ever done it?
No.
Okay. We're in.
All right, we're in, folks. The challenge has been put on. The Mayor's Challenge for axe throwing. We'll have announcements on
Loser
standby.
has to make an extra donation to Feed America First.
EMS on standby.
EMS on standby.
EMS on standby. And that's today's what's happening. If you have something you'd like to mention, get with me by messaging or emailing me, and I'll be glad to mention it on the show. Finally, this morning, we've been talking with Mayor Shelton and Mike about Feed America First and the Mayor's Prayer Breakfast. As a community, we have a great reputation of taking care of our own. Businesses and people move here from all around the world due to our community's reputation of being friendly and caring. Please help us take care of the needy families we have in our county. Attend the prayer breakfast and learn how you can help. If for whatever reason you can't make the breakfast, help us through a donation of either your time or money. We can do great things when we do them together as one big team. That's our show for today. I want to thank my guest, Cookeville Mayor Ricky Shelton, and Feed America's First, Mike Womack, for being here. Hope you'll join us every Saturday morning at 10:30 for Today in Putnam County on News Talk 107.7, 1400 The Hub. You can also download the WHUB app and listen to us on your cell phone. If you missed any of our shows, go to my website at randyporter.org. I'm County Mayor Randy Porter, hoping you have a great rest of your Saturday, and may God continue to bless our great county.